Auto planners, it's that time of the week for the weekly check-ins, so I'm going to get straight into it because last week's video was quite long, so I'll try and cut this down, but I'll keep it as personal as I can. Now, thanks to everyone for taking part in the weekly check-ins. Obviously, it's the only way you're going to get a full review from me. Those of you that get one-to-one coaching by myself, obviously you'll get that review yourself in your inbox. Right, or on a live Zoom, depends which way we go with it. But anyway, back to the group. So, first up, Ashley Conlin. Brand new, I think this is the first check-in. So, I don't know if I've done this right. I have input everything. Does it start like this? Yeah, so that's obviously just your starting points right now. Obviously, you'll have one for weight too. And it should just be the starting dot where it is now. So good luck, best of luck with a 6-week challenge. Make sure you ask as many questions as you need to in this group and we will answer them for you. Make sure we get you on the winning track right from the start. Zoe Toyne, maintained this week, which I'm actually okay with. This week of the month, I usually have a gain, so I'm fairly happy to just maintain. Let's have a look at that. Nervous about the 6-week challenge. Yeah, nothing to worry about. All I would say is just make sure you've tracked everything. If it's something that you normally notice around this time of the month, make a note of it. But yeah, if it's usual for you, then we've got nothing to worry about. If it's usually a gain, that's a positive. So let's see how you get on with the 6-week challenge. Nothing to worry about at all. Trust me, it's just like what you're doing now with a few home workouts thrown in. Leanne Simons, pretty pleased with this week, but I know I could have done better. Well, it's a loss, mate, and you're almost down to your lowest loss, your lowest weight, sorry. So it's a positive all round. As long as you think you know that you could have done better, so them areas are now highlighted to you. So that's a good point as well. That's progression, because usually people are oblivious to what they could have done to make their results any better. So if you know what you could have improved on, that's this week's goal. So this week, let's try and improve a little bit on those things. But congratulations, it's a loss. Mark Toyne could be better, but probably down to not drinking enough. I'll have it nailed next week. Your drink won't really massively have an effect on this. The weight comes off totally based upon a calorie deficit with a few other circumstantial situation things. All I would say is make sure you are actively tracking every single meal. So if you are having snacks or anything, they must go in there so you can see how far your total over you were. Same with drinks as well. A lot of people miss out drinks. They need to be tracked. They need to be added. Everything that you consume must be added. But taking away from that, you did lose a dramatic amount from week 2 and week 3. This could be, we'll see within the next 2 weeks, this could be you finding your trend off your initial loss, then finding your trend. But yeah, your hydration won't really have a dramatic effect on your weight loss. So just make sure you're tracking everything. Andy Smith, was not expecting a good loss this week. Well pleased, done myself proud, definitely made better choice with meals this time. Start of 6-week challenge next week. Good luck everyone who's taking part. Also looking forward to after this step in my fitness journey. Yeah, we'll be ramping Andy onto a growth phase. Hopefully, if everything goes right with the 6-week challenge, we think he's ready for it and it'll be perfect for him. But we'll have to do a bit of mindset adjustment, because if you've been forever chasing a loss and then you go towards a gain, there's some psychological barriers, but we'll overcome them together and we'll go through it, and I'll explain the process as we go through it. But yeah, congratulations on the loss, mate. Fantastic. Just as always, you know that you've got it in the bag now. You know that you've got it nailed. You've just got to trust it and just keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. The results are there on your chart and you can see it for yourself. The progress is happening. So yeah, well done, mate. John Constable, 2nd week in maintenance after the holiday. Weights up a touch, ready for the crunch time of prep now. Yeah, so obviously, like I said in last week's check-in, for those of you who watched it, John is now going into his prep for his bodybuilding comps. I put him back onto a maintenance after his holiday to just ensure these next few weeks that holiday didn't deter or didn't damage anything that we'd been working on building up to it. So these 2 weeks have given him a little bit of a get back into the swing of things, if you know what I mean. So now we're ready to see that chart come down, and quite looking forward to it, to be fair. Obviously John's one of the one-to-one clients, so we go through it all in person, and we get to see every little detail change, be along that journey with him. Kirsty Crawford. This week I'm feeling pretty good, even more changes in myself. I definitely feel fitter, more active in myself, less burnt out physically. Mentally, well, that's another story. It's been a week. Instead of turning to food for the issues like normal though, I've ended on vaping again because I needed something to do with myself. Yeah, I understand that. I didn't drink enough fluid yesterday and I'm feeling it today. We're going to the races, so I'm going to drink hard and bet on some horses. Let's hope there is enough week to rectify today's antics. I'm 25% of the way to my first goal in old money. Don't know what that is in kilo. Right, so let's have a look at the chart. Yeah, so you're down a total of 3.5 kilos, I think that's right. Yeah, 3.5 kilos in a very short time period, mate. So that's fantastic. In fact, that was quite a bigger than usual loss as well, going from your others. So I would expect a potential gain at some point, just as things start leveling out. Nothing to worry about. Fantastic, mate. Try not to go like stupid this wherever you're going, but don't miss out on the fun. Obviously, we're all about enjoying your social circumstances, social events. Sorry. So yeah, well done. Really good to see. You've taken well to the group. You fit straight in. You're very supportive with the rest of the users. The environment needs that. We all need that little bit of support. We all need that picking up when you've had a tough week and everything seems to be dragging. It's great to see users picking other users and sharing your food and getting involved with the whole group. It's really, really good, mate. Beth Smith, teeny 100 gram off for me this week. Was disappointed at first as I've stuck to my calories and I remembered everything Martin has taught me thus far. Gave myself a talking to. I'm still 13.4 kilo down. That's incredible. And I'm not finished. On to the 6-week challenge. Yeah, sometimes, like you know this from previously on your chart as well, sometimes it moves faster, sometimes it moves slower. It's just all part of the process. I don't know if I've ever brought this up with you, but just a little reminder, when you submit your weight, make sure when the pop-up asks you if you want to rechange your calories, just make sure you're doing that and we'll keep it consistently moving at the rate that it is. That means if you've got any saved food plans, when you load them in, it'll ask you if you want to resize to your new calories. It'll take a percentage off it all and just resize it for you. That's only if you're doing it that way. If you're tracking and then just adding recipes in, it's fine. You'll just readjust to the new calories anyway. That's just a little pointer if you're not already doing it as well. But yeah, fantastic, mate. Very, very close to the 15 kilo off now. And never be disappointed with a loss. A loss of any sort means that you've made huge progress. Even a small gain only puts you back a little bit. It's not putting you back in on the grand scheme of things. If you start right up here and you come down to here and then you go up here for a temporary moment, you haven't gained anything until you've gone right back up here and gone over your initial weight. But yeah, you know what you're doing now. Yeah, you're fully in control of it. You've got holiday coming up. That'll be good to see how you get on. Enjoy your holiday. Please don't try and stress about any of this at all. These are your tools for when you come back to go straight back on, carry on where you are. Chris Lockham. See, I saw this earlier on your story, so I already know what this is, but yeah, I'm buzzing for you. Another pound down this week, etching closer to that 10 kilo loss. Like, how many other groups out there are consistently seeing 10 kilo loss, 5 kilo loss? Not just, as a one-off. I mean, consistently. We've got consistent results from, like, all of you. And not only that, you're sustaining it. It's not like, you'll just lose it and then it's gone and gone back on and gone worse like it does in most scenarios. You're learning every single week something small that will contribute to your long-term understanding of weight loss and how you can enjoy food and still enjoy your social events and be in control. You've got like the ability to switch settings now to really put the power in your hand, if that makes sense. Yeah, I've no doubt that you're going to smash that 10 kilo loss as well, Chris. Your chart looks fantastic. Obviously, going back to last week's check-in where we saw a maintain, this is pretty much what I said would happen. You had a big loss previously to this, and now you'll see in the clear picture, like, weight loss is never just a straight line down. It's jitters up and down and goes. But when you zoom out and look at the long picture, you're consistently making progress. Congratulations too. Sophie Lockham, absolutely buzzing. I love it when a sentence starts like that. I already know that we're in a good place. Got my 10k off this week. See, there we go, another 10 kilo off. Feeling so much better in myself, more energy, confidence, and I know I've got this. That goal is getting closer and closer each week. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a big drop. Yeah, nice one. Your chart looks fantastic as well. Only at one point do you see a gain, and I think that was your holiday anyway, which was to be expected. And anyone that is going on holiday, take a look at Sophie's chart in the comments, and you'll know exactly what to expect. But obviously, certain people have advised different things. So if I've personally approached you and spoke about weight over holidays and stuff, please disregard what I'm saying. But just to look at it, you can see that anyone else might have panicked when they saw the increase, but then we've quickly removed it and gone way, way down and carried on. It was just part of having fun on holiday, and it wasn't fat gain and it wasn't permanent. So yeah, 10 kilo off as well. That means you've got a certificate coming your way. Sue Ward, here we go. First check-in, really looking forward to the next 6 weeks. So what I will say, Sue, is don't treat it as just 6 weeks. Obviously, we give you 6 full months for the auto planner in this, and we want to teach you long-term methods to continue, so you don't always have to just go in 6-week bursts. This is for long-term. I want you to be able to master the auto planner so you can use it without a challenge, and you can just use it in your day-to-day life. But good luck on the 6-week challenge. Well done for getting your results, your measurements in there, ready to go. Hi Martin, I've had a loss this week. I know, Jess, you've been in my messages. I'm very, very, very happy to see this. Now, I just want to highlight that Jess's situation has been like a little bit of a head scratcher, looking at a chart going up and going down. But I've advised a few little things that we tried last week, which brought us back in with a maintain, and then this week, which has brought us right down. And that's a positive movement. I think that's the biggest loss. And Jess was telling me that she was expecting an incline or an increase this week on the chart just through the time of the month, what it is to her. So very, very positive. So hopefully repeat exactly what we've been doing the last week again for the next few weeks, and let's see if that continues. A maintain for Billy this week, obviously with a few things going on as discussed. You've been very quiet in the group as well, and obviously normally I would approach you and say, hey, how's it going? We haven't seen you in the group much, but I know you've got things going on, and I didn't want to just like come into your inbox, and this is probably least priority to whatever's going on. Obviously I don't know what's going on, but when someone says they've got things going on, that's where we take a little bit of a step back. We don't want to be too intrusive going, hey, I don't care what you've got going on, you've got to lose weight. It's the least priority right then. But yeah, maintain's still a positive, so well done there. I'd like to see you back in the group a little bit more if you do get time, sharing more foods on the database and your food within the group, because I know that once that's working for you, you are more motivated and committed to your goals. I don't want you to fall off and undo all of your hard work. You've come such a long way. I would love for you to keep that going and continue to where you need to be. But I can't, while you've got things going on, I can't obviously put the pressure on there. Natalie Spence Godney, I've changed my activity level to moderate now for the 6-week challenge. Smart move. I am feeling my energy levels are getting better a month in now. That's great. Not confident with my scales accuracy, but I prefer the measurements to go by anyway. Yeah, measurements and visuals are obviously what we prefer. Scales are just obviously like the lower weight, but easiest to grab and just get some extra data on our journey. Well, your chart looks good anyway. Your chart looks fantastic. Yeah, I'd be well happy with that, mate. That should be a nice little boost, a little reminder that what you're doing is working, and we're about to add the workouts in too. Congratulations. Rachel Trousdale, again this week, but that was expected. I've not had a good week, been ill, work has been stressful, and I've made some poor choices food-wise. I've been to the gym this morning, we'll be planning my meals for this week, and I'm looking forward to starting the challenge. 6 weeks until I'm going for a spa weekend. Yeah, so let's keep that 6 weeks spa weekend and challenge as a motivator for what you've got coming up. I know you've had a lot of stress on with work, as you've said there, but again, I don't want to see you undoing your hard work. You've come such a long way. You've maintained it very well. Normally, in the past, we've seen you yo-yo back up and come back down. You've maintained it. You've took control when you need to take control. You've got quite a busy social life, and you've managed to keep it all off through that. So let's just keep that in focus and get you focusing on your 6 week spa as the end goal of where you want to look on your spa holiday. Would be a great photo opportunity as well, to have a photo at the spa. This is what you've done and what you've achieved. But yeah. Joanne Snedden Eggert. Good morning, guys. Weight and measurements have been submitted, probably like many. Excited to make a start, but also a little bit nervous. We're in the best place for motivation, support and guidance. Yes, you are. Just keep posting those pictures and questions. Obviously, Joe, I'll be coming to your inbox with your own review. But just as a pointer, you've got everything set now for the start date. We're ready to go with it. We're ready to start analysing everything that we've suggested for the stage 1 of your one-to-one coaching. Oliver, 0.4 kg down. Obviously, Oliver is another one-to-one coach, and you've seen his results that we've achieved over the years, from right when I first met him on this journey right through to picking up his pro card in bodybuilding. And he still has the same issues when he sees like not a big loss or a gain on the scales, and this is where it's really important for the one-to-one coaching. Now obviously the group doesn't offer one-to-one coaching. I offer this weekly check-in where you get a small personal review like this, but with the one-to-one coaching it is definitely more I am sat on your shoulder. So when Oliver says, yeah, I could have lost a little bit more, I've had a good week, and that I know exactly how to steer him back on track, and that goes like, people don't understand the power of coaching alongside education. So it's all right knowing what to say, like, oh yeah, this is right, this is why, whatever, but being there and understanding the process that he's going through and being able to say, look, we need to focus on this, don't you worry about that, blah de blah de blah, stuff that I've spoke about in person to him is what keeps his head in the right place and goes, oh yeah, you're right, let's just carry on or whatever. And it's a very, very important part of coaching. But anyway, yeah, I'd be happy with that, Oliver. Obviously, what I've discussed with you in private anyway. Hannah Garrett, maintain for me this week. I'm happy with this, with the time of the month. Are you all in sync or something? Yeah, everyone seems to be this time of the month. Strange. I do know that people's cycles do link up when they're in, but that's normally in close proximity. But anyway, as far as I'm aware, he's on the 6 week challenge, so we're going to use that like you did previously. We're going to drive this down, get you back to your lowest weight. You've maintained nicely anyway, right from where you were to where you are now. But want to see you come below that one and get to a new low and achieve more than you did previously. Nikki Coggan, taking all measurements and photos, ready for the 6 week challenge. Nice of you to jump in the check-in straight away, Nikki. Welcome on board, obviously. Brand new here, just come in already from the weekend, pretty much Friday I think we got you in. So you're going to have quick fire of everything going on, like how do I know how to use the app, what do I do in the group, everything. Please don't panic, please don't worry. Like I said, the 6 week challenge is just part of it. You've actually got 6 months free in this group where we will try and educate you, teach you little bits along the way, the same as we have done with everyone else, and show you how to continue making progress and keep your results. So please don't be overwhelmed and ask as many questions as you want. We have a Q&A post coming Monday in the group, and it comes every single Monday. So any questions, drop them in the Q&A, and then I'll take my time to respond to them. Nick Wilkes, yes, decided to stay at maintenance this week, so we discussed that on the last check-in anyway, for the 6 week challenge. Slight increase this week. It's not an increase really. When I look at that chart, mate, that is your maintenance bounce. So like maintenance is never just bzzz. So you'll see it bounce up and down a couple of kilos either side. So yeah, I mean, in your case, it's not even a couple of kilos; it's like fractions. So it's not a gain. That's you maintain, and that's what you chose to stick with. Oh no, I just closed it off. Wait there. I do apologise. Oh no. 2 seconds. I do apologise. Trying to speed things up, never end up taking longer. So, Nicholas. Yeah, 6 week challenge coming back on. Looking forward to everything. But yeah, like I said, that's not a gain, that's just you maintain. So don't worry about that. Get ready to switch it down if you haven't already, and let's go for this 6 week challenge. I want to see you like get to a new low as well. I want you to use this to proper focus in, dial in, because we're going to utilize this later on in the year when we flip things round. So right now is your moment to push this lower than you ever have done. Just so we can get you, because with Nick it's been an ongoing journey. Obviously she's been a one-to-one client as well, and we help with her nutrition and training with John, and she's won like so many. She's gone from not even knowing what powerlifting is to picking up multiple trophies, so that speaks for itself. Multiple medals, trophies, winning different categories, competing in 2 different categories and winning trophies, different weight categories, different days, back-to-back comps, all sorts. We've done it all with Nick, and so when I tell her I want to bring her down, it's all because with the long-term performance is obviously to be pound for pound the strongest. The lighter you are, the leaner you are, the stronger you are, is what creates a better powerlifter in the long run. And that's the goal, so we can only improve on what we've done previous years, and that's what we're aiming for. Tracy Moxon lost about 1 kilo this week, so that's the big end, the top end of your loss. John gave me the equivalent in weight of my total loss, which shocked me and gave me a boost. Yeah, I saw you comment in the group midweek when he gave you a 5 kilo plate in your hand. You've increased your exercise with walks and swimming, ready to take on a 6 week challenge. I've seen a comment on here where someone has mentioned they haven't drunk enough, so hear the feedback on this. Right, okay, so again with the Q&A post will come up on Monday. Sorry, I keep wanting to say tomorrow. On Monday, make sure you ask this question in the Q&A. Otherwise, I can't. I get that many questions on different posts everywhere in the group that it's very easy to lose them and not know what people are asking. So yeah, drop them in the group, in the Q&A post. But congratulations on that, mate. You're a fraction off your first certificate. Like, it must only be a few grams. Hopefully we get this next week and we get you your first certificate with us. Charlotte, 83.6. I've had a small hiatus. However, I am back. Yeah, we've had a chat today with Charlotte. Obviously advised her a few things. She's just coming out of back end of pregnancy. That's a weird thing to say, but recently had a baby, and then we're transitioning back with a few things going on in between. So exactly, I've advised to go for a maintenance for a short while, monitor that, and then we're going to adjust to a loss and adjust the activity according based upon losses or gains or maintains. So it's going to be a few months of tracking so we can see and advise further, because that advice might change based upon the results that you're achieving, not achieving, or whatever. But yeah, welcome back to the group, mate. Good to see you in here and everything. Sophie Chapman, that's the last one, I think. So only a small loss this week. Changed food up a bit this week. Got to think it's not a gain, so I'm still happy with that. Now, yeah, look how far you've come, right from 80, about 81 on there, right down to 62. That's massive. Now your losses will slow down. The leaner you get, the losses do slow down. So please don't be expecting big jumps here and there everywhere. It's just the way things go. You've got leaner and leaner and leaner. So there's not as much body fat as there was at one point to lose. So yeah, but don't worry. That doesn't mean you're no longer losing fat. You are still losing fat. You already know this from midweek, I think it was, or last week's check-in with the new size in clothing that you've dropped to. So big conclusion for everyone is just to remember that a calorie deficit is the only thing that dictates whether you will lose weight or gain weight or maintain weight. When you get your calories generated from wherever, that is just a recommendation. So if you find that you're following them numbers to a T and your weight isn't moving, it's likely that you're still not in a calorie deficit. So the recommendation or your activity setting might be slightly incorrect. All you would do is change your activity level down one to your lower numbers and monitor from that. So do a few weeks at that and see if things drop. There are obviously life barriers that get in the way, social events, everything like that, and we'll teach you a way to maintain your weight over those instead of gaining massive weight that you now feel like snowballing and everything. You gain body weight when you have high carbohydrate meals. We've established this in other videos that this is not body fat, this is just glycogen and the water that retains with glycogen. So this affects the scale weight, but is not affecting your body mass. So your fat mass. You are not storing more fat. People still need to get that concept into their mind that like they've got this weird like view that something else might be creating their weight gain and their weight loss. Now that's physically impossible. Obviously a calorie deficit is what dictates it. We do prioritize protein and fiber. We do obviously encourage healthier, smarter choices with your food. So like fruits, veggies and legumes and beans and nuts and stuff like that at choices where they are suitable, but we do not disregard the foods that make you happy too, because if we told everyone no, you can't have a donut because you're just going to get really, really fat, it would be both untrue and then not sustainable. The idea is that we're creating something you can sustain for a long period of time, incorporate into your life, and then enjoy having weight loss achieved forever, instead of having these restrictions that basically create an environment that you can't sustain. So when people get told they can't have carbohydrates ever again, if you are a carbohydrate lover and you really enjoy having food or going out for a beer with your mates and those kind of things, and we tell you the only way to achieve fat loss is by eliminating them, you will never be able to do it and you won't sustain it, and therefore you'll be stuck in a cycle of thinking nothing works for you but it works for them. And it's an awful place to be. We understand that fat loss is achieved through a calorie deficit, and if we are not achieving fat loss, there is either we're not in a calorie deficit or there is just something that we need to adjust to make sure that we are in a calorie deficit. So PCOS is one of those where your calorie deficit, you become metabolically adapted and you need to reduce your calories even further than the average person. That's depressing, I know, but it's the truth of the condition that you've got. Obviously, diabetes, that comes with different carbohydrate risks and everything like that. We are a general population weight management group. So anyway, once again, massive shout to every single one of you. Get involved in the group check-in. Thank you so much for supporting each other, giving likes, thumbs, hearts, care emojis and everything, and comments of support to everyone getting involved. The Q&A will be in the group on Monday. Make sure you get it in. But let's get another week in. And the 6-week challenge is about to make the group explode. So make sure you get involved. You're all asking the questions that you need to understand the auto planner, because this system has been built by feedback from each and every single one of you based upon the evidence-based methods to lose weight or gain weight or maintain your weight. So it's by feature rich by you guys, but based upon the science for weight loss. Now I hope that makes sense. Thanks for everyone getting involved. Peace.